second leg tie in Liege. Admittedly, no one could be under any illusions about the difficulty of the task Hearts faced. Standard's 1-0 victory at Tynecastle made them hot favourites to go through to the third round of the UEFA Cup. And yet there were just a few indications from Liege that Belgian overconfidence might be a factor in Hearts' favour. Commentary from Jock Brown.
Standard Liège coach Ari Hahn depends on exactly the same 11 as the man who won at Tynecastle 2 weeks ago, with the goal scorer Alain Betagno wearing 8 instead of the 6 he wore in Edinburgh. The 3 foreign players are the Brazilian Andre Cruz and the Luxembourg captain Guy Hellers, with the Moroccan Mohamed Lachaf on the bench. And Hearts go into battle without their suspended striker Ian Baird, so Ian Ferguson joins John Robertson up front, and Ali Moughlan wears number 11 to add defensive muscle to the midfield. So the referee tonight, Monsieur Philippe Leduc from France. So Hearts start the match in front of a very enthusiastic Belgian support. It's one of the toughest tasks Hearts have faced in European football over the years. Trailing by a goal to 0, and there's the first foul of the match. Andre Cruz bringing down Ian Ferguson. So an early opportunity for Hearts here from this set piece to put pressure on the Standard Liège goal. Remember, Hearts have to score if they're to have any chance at all of qualifying. So John Robertson leaves the free kick to Derek Ferguson. See his strapping there in his right thigh. He's been injured out over the last week or so. So Ferguson's free kick finds its way all the way across here to Alan McLaren, and no way in which he was being allowed to turn there. The man making the challenge, Thierry Genot, who was so impressive in the first leg at Tynecastle 2 weeks ago, the fullback. Long hopeful ball forward, and the ricochet works well for Standard Liège. The chance there for Goossens. And the teenager coming in from the left flank there. Ali Moughlan could do nothing about that as he tried to halt the progress of the Belgians on the left. But young Michael Goossens had a very good chance here. Ricochet came from Moughlan and McLaren, and a tangle here with Goossens. The strength of the youngster quite apparent there. So a good chance wasted. So Standard Liège enjoying some early possession here. Hearts realise they'll be in the trenches tonight, all right. They'll have to battle all the way and hope for a good counter-attack to snatch a goal. But here's the build-up again from the right. Genot plays it across. That's very good handling by Henry Smith. He'll be a key man for Hearts tonight, the 36-year-old. Another swift break on the right. This is where Standard was so dangerous in the first leg, coming in off that right flank. So Hearts maintaining their shape at the back with 2 markers, McLaren and Levine on Goossens and Wilmots, with Peter van de Ven spare at the back. 5 packed into the midfield. Here's Mackay. Cross from John Robertson was blocked. Turned there by McKinley. Them all challenging fiercely. That's Hellers facing John Miller. Now Ferguson. The man on whom Hearts will be depending to play the telling passes from midfield. There's Mackay linking well with Robertson's. Good play from Hearts. Chance on again here. Ferguson setting it up for Robertson. And real uncertainty there in the Standard Liège defence. Well, that was a brief chance there for Hearts that will give them encouragement. It's Wilmots and Hellers. Such a composed play in midfield. Here's Van Rooij. Great left foot, Van Rooij. And the pace man on the right again. Genot is forward. Well, 2 players offside there. Goossens and Wilmots. And Vervoort also very well forward there from midfield. So the settling in process going reasonably well so far. Joe Jordan on the Hearts bench, I think, will be quite happy at this stage that his team have settled to these surroundings. Henry Smith forced to play that first time. Good leap there by Ian Ferguson. Well, that'll cause trouble for Stefan de Mol, who was well beaten there with that leap from Ian Ferguson. Good eager play again from Hearts. This is John Robertson. McKinley sprinting through on the inside. That's McKinley. A chance on here. Brilliant goalkeeping by Baudard. Well, what a fine move that was from Hearts. They're here to battle, all right. Auckland's clearance goes astray though. And Hearts are exposed on the break. Wilmots has gone offside, the flag is up. But what a fine break it was from Hearts on the left. Tosh McKinley doing extremely well. Coming forward here to support John Robertson. Andre Cruz trying to cut off the pass. There was McKinley. Now this was brave, alert goalkeeping by Bodar. Otherwise Hearts would have been on level terms. Well, look from behind the goal. It shows the quality, I'm sure, of Bodar's goalkeeping, spreading himself in front of Tosh McKinley. Well, this undoubtedly is a major worry for Stade Liège. The potential loss of the goalkeeper and captain. No question of there being any infringement here. McKinley going to play the ball. Appeared to land on the thigh there of the goalkeeper. Just started hoping the goalkeeper can run that off. Well, a brave challenge by John Robertson. They'd have to put off his man. This is Ian Ferguson holding off Leonard. It's a very good cross and superb defending by Gino. Derek Ferguson coming in the far post. Tough challenge there by McKinley on Betagno. And the result is a free kick to Hearts. Well, the referee deciding that Betagno impeded McKinley. Good touch on there by Gino, the fullback covering brilliantly. Fired in again, and one inside the box by Leonard. Here's John Miller. Goes down rapidly by the standard players breaking from the penalty box. There's Gino again. Swept forward by them all. Well, you do have the impression that Standard may have come into this match a little bit overconfident. Hearts are certainly making them work extremely hard. Headed on by Levine. Well, another indication of the uncertainty in the Standard ranks there. Philippe Leonard's clearance going wrong, and Ari Hahn looking a little bit more perplexed now. Headed away by Cruz. That's John Miller. Ferguson gives chase. Robs Cruz neatly, looking for support in the middle, and Cruz made the recovery. John Miller showing his frustration there as he has words with Ian Ferguson. There's no question, Ferguson has been very troublesome so far at the Standard defence. Look at the sharpness here as he robs the experienced figure of Cruz. But the Brazilian made a very good recovery here to slide in and concede the corner kick. There's John Robertson's corner. Near post ball, didn't get past the first defender though. Here's Goossens. Free running striker, 18 years old. Lofted forward by McKinley and accurately. This is Robertson. Well, certainly a reasonable idea to test Gilbert Bodar, whose mobility has been hampered by the injury sustained in that save from McKinley. Auckland doing the defensive chore. Mackay being given a little more license in this formation to support the front men. It's Vervoort. Big money signing from Ascoli in the Italian league in the summer. Vervoort. Good pass from Miller. There's Ferguson. McKinley looks ahead to see what movement's available. Robertson had come short. That's Ian Ferguson. This is Derek Ferguson. On the right here is Mackay. Auckland coming from behind. John Miller does a shade too deliberate. Well, that was a blatant foul there by Miller. Now the referee producing the first yellow card of the night. Michael Goossens was the victim. He then had the ball cannoned off the back of his head. But John Miller booked, and he has no complaint about that. Frustration there, quite clearly. That will curb his activities for the rest of the match. Lashed away there by Van de Ven. Here's Robertson. Has enough pace here to get away from Leonard. It's good play by Robertson, but he leaned into his defender there. He's upset with himself, I think. He's not seriously claiming a foul, I don't think, John Robertson. Using his physique there to lean into Leonard. He didn't quite have enough pace to leave the youngster. Well, there must be a growing feeling among the Hearts players that this is a tie which could be saved. Maybe an element of surprise in that to them, although they would be very well prepared by the management team of Joe Jordan and Frank Connor, neither of whom know the meaning of the word defeat until the final whistle. This is Mackay. Good slide of foot there to play the ball inside. Set up there by Ferguson for Miller. That's a fine effort by John Miller. Great interpassing there among the Hearts players. Derek Ferguson finding his way right into the penalty box to tee up the shooting chance for Miller. So encouragement again for the Hearts players. The ball played inside by Mackay. Look at the quality of this layoff from Derek Ferguson to the left foot of John Miller, and Bodor appeared to be struggling there in goal. Headed inside by Betagno. Van de Ven was waiting. Jeannot's header. Goossens playing it wide. Here's Jeannot again. And it was very well controlled there inside the box by Craig Levein. Was that a pass back? Well, the referee deciding that it wasn't a deliberate pass back to Henry Smith by Craig Levein. But it was a very dangerous ball played in from the flank again by the fullback Jeannot. As this came across, Henry Smith watched anxiously. Well, that could easily have been an indirect free kick, because it came back from Levein quite clearly. There's John Robertson. Good elusive running once again by Goossens, who looks to be such a promising young striker. Showed too much of that to Van de Ven, who kept his head to make a very good interception. And this is McKinley. Inside is John Miller, ahead is Robertson. Mackay going through the support. Ian Ferguson. It was Mackay's run which set up the space there for Mauchline. It's a good early ball inside. Mackay again challenging. Wilmot deep in defence. Leonard. Goossens. Van Rooy. Well, a foul there without question, committed by Tosh McKinley, who'd come all the way across from his left midfield beat. Well, certainly taken far too far forward, that free kick. The referee allowing it to continue though. Here's Van Rooy trying to get away from Miller. Does so effectively. Goossens takes possession. Only Mauchline was knocked off the ball by Vervoorts. As Vervoorts goes through again, this time the strength of Van de Ven was equal to the task. And Levein does the mopping up work. Leonard challenging bravely in the air. Van de Ven getting help there from John Miller. Miller again nudging the ball forward for Derek Ferguson. He's expected to be the Hearts playmaker, but forced there by the attentions of Hellers to play the ball back. The Belgians too have done their homework all right. Well aware of the passing ability of Derek Ferguson. So the header away this time by McKinley. Approaching the final minute of the first half. Apart from stoppages, that is. Still no scoring, and Hearts remain very much in touch. McKinley penalised there, trying to influence the referee that there was a dive. And Jeannot invited there by McKinley to get up. Certainly didn't appear to be much justification for Jeannot taking so long on the ground. No yellow card though. That privilege only afforded so far to John Miller in this first half. Well, Jeannot not being allowed treatment. The referee seems to be intent on getting to the half-time whistle. The ball thumped forward quite deliberately to give Hearts a goal kick there and give Jeannot some time to recover. There's Philippe Leduc, the referee. He certainly has been energetic and punctilious so far in the match. To Henry Smith with no serious shots to handle so far in goal for Hearts. Here's Hellers. Good running on the left by Leonard. There's help on the outside from Vervoorts. Plenty of width always in the Belgian build-up. Here's Vervoorts again, away from McLaren, but halted in the end by Mauchline at the expense of a corner kick. Well, it was from just such a set piece that Alain Betagno scored the only goal of the tie so far at Tynecastle. So So the Hearts defence will require to be vigilant here. A chance was on for a moment. Betagno again appeared to have some freedom. And swept away by McKinley. Cruz also was up challenging for the high ball. Powerful figure there, making his presence felt in the Hearts penalty box. Demol with a throw. Here's Betagno screening the ball, trying to turn. That's nudged away again for the corner by Levine. Crucial moments these for Hearts. It would be a savage body blow if they were to lose a goal at this stage, having competed so well in the match so far. They pulled everyone back to face this corner kick. Patrick Vervoort will take it. Cruz, Demol and Betagno the main threats. But there's no threat there for Henry Smith. Counter-attack launched there by that throw out to Miller. Robertson on his own here. Hellers had stayed back to cover his central defenders had gone forward. Great through ball there, looking for Wilmot, and for just a second it looked as though a gap had opened up in the Hearts defence. Mark Wilmot, who was so well shackled at Tynecastle, getting in behind Alan McLaren for that Van Roy pass. Henry Smith remaining completely relaxed and calm. So we've had almost 3 minutes of injury time in the first half. But there'll be no more of that. Referee Leduc brings the first half to an end. A thoroughly satisfactory performance so far from Hearts. They deserve great credit for the way they've gone about their business. They've defended well, they've been good in midfield, they've been dangerous up front, and hope springs eternal for the second half to come. At half-time, it's Standard Liège 0, Hearts 0. So Hearts have 45 minutes in which to save their European hopes for this season. And I reckon at half-time in the dressing room, the discussion would have been about victory, because they certainly did enough in the first half to indicate that they could create a shock here. It's been a very impressive first half performance, full of commitment and determination and very good organisation. So Hearts looking to capitalise fully in the second half, perhaps some additional belief in themselves now, as Jacques Monneron has his first involvement in the play, the replacement goalkeeper. Baudard clearly stiffened up during the interval after that knock just above the knee he sustained from Tosh McKinley. Monneron doesn't fancy the goal kicks. Cruz takes over. Played forward there by McLaren. Ferguson misjudged the bounce of the ball. In comes Junot. Header forward by Mackay. Mackay challenging rather. That's Derek Ferguson. John Miller going in strongly. Did some very good defensive work in midfield in the first half, John Miller. A very experienced spectator. Good play there again on the right as Robertson tries to make headway against Demol. What a hefty late tackle that was by Demol. The referee allows play to continue with Robertson on the ground. That seemed to be a very bad tackle by Demol. And it'll be interesting to see if the referee does anything at all when the play stops. There's Robertson still on the ground as Ian Ferguson tries to make headway against Andre Cruz. Well, the referee didn't even see fit to give a free kick, and there was no advantage there to Hearts. And now he's going to allow treatment for Robertson. There's the tackle. Well, if that wasn't a foul, I don't know what is. Hearts will be very keen to keep Robertson involved. The striker on the bench is Wayne Foster. So good play there by Van Roy coming from defence. This is Junot. Betagno and Junot going outside him. Mackay slides in, across goes Van de Ven. Good play there by Junot to release Betagno. Tackle came from Van de Ven again. This is Van Roy, the man who started it all, deep inside his own half. Good turn there by Wilmot, and a fine tackle by Craig Levine. Wilmot is almost in the clear there. Excellent defending though by Hearts. This is Junot. Wilmot under pressure there from McLaren, his marker. Here's Goossens taking on Van de Ven. That's a very good cross and well handled by Henry Smith. The flying figure in the box was Mark Wilmot, and Smith judged that to perfection. Good break this by Goossens. What a good young player he is. He's too quick there for Van de Ven, sending over the cross. Wilmot's flying in there, couldn't get on the end of it. Vervoort's also making a challenge. Here's Betagno, he has Van Rooij on the right, Vervoort through the middle. And Levine there for Hearts. Here's John Miller. Ferguson tries to claim the ball. Careless one by Miller. Goossens turns it back to Vervoort. Wilmots has made a run up front. Here's Wilmots, the chance to tie it up for Standard. And that's the goal which Hearts were dreading. It's all down to that dreadful pass in midfield by John Miller. Well, he will be disconsolate, but it was an excellent ball played through by Vervoort. Look at the control here at Wilmot. He composed himself, knew he had the time to beat Henry Smith, and that surely now puts the tie beyond Hearts. Good chest control. He's in behind McKinley, who had been pushing forward to support a Hearts attack, and Henry Smith beaten there as the ball was drilled between his legs. McKinley forward. Good control from Robertson. Hellers to Betagno. Hellers again. Very neat ball inside. Here's Wilmot. Here's Goossens to his left. The chance on here for Standard. Not quite so comfortable on the left foot, Michael Goossens. The Hearts were certainly exposed by that fine sweeping move. Wilmot opening the play up here for Goossens. The time to steady himself, and he'll be very disappointed with the final effort. Henry Smith doing well to make the angle difficult. The chase for Betagno with McKinley. He had to play the ball, and Smith recovers in time. McKinley had to do that because Betagno would have had a touch otherwise. Long pass back from Van de Ven, giving Henry Smith plenty of time to control the ball. Van de Ven makes an angle to receive the pass again. Through the middle is Ian Ferguson, but that gives him no chance at all. Philippe Leonard always closing in to support his central defenders when these high balls are played forward. Across goes Alan McLaren, who's having a very old tussle there with Goossens, two very young players. An excellent defender against a very promising young forward. Here's the defender, McLaren. Ian Ferguson's head flick on, a chance over Hearts, and John Robertson's effort is blocked by Motherhome. But further encouragement for Hearts there. Ian Ferguson doing extremely well to get the flick on in the air. And there's the effort made by Robertson, and Motherhome was struggling, just got to that. Well, no despondency there among these supporters. So Van de Ven has to launch the ball long this time the enemy for Hearts. And Standard Liege give the impression of being a side who believe firmly they're through to the next round of the UEFA Cup. It would be the most sensational of finishes now if Hearts could do something. There's a free kick here for Hearts. Some activity off the ball. A challenge on Foster by Demol, picked up by the French referee. So there's Tosh McKinley with a free kick. Good defending again, deep inside the penalty box. It was Wilmot who was back there helping in defence. Goossens on his own. He's charged down that clearance from Moughlan. This could tie it all up. Goossens against Henry Smith. Well, that should have ended the match in a contest completely. Goossens passing up yet another excellent chance. Moughlan as the last defender playing the ball against Goossens. He tried to chip that beyond Henry Smith. He miscued somewhat, holds his head in his hands. Good challenge by Betagno to keep the play deep inside the Hearts half. Cross goes Van de Ven. cushioned header return by McLaren. Well, it's been a kind of untidy second half. Standard Liège quite content to keep it that way. The throw not to be taken from that spot. It should be a throw now to Hearts, a foul throw given against Van Rooij for taking the throw too far forward. This is Foster. Cruz playing it into space, filled only by McLaren. Snowden neatly back to Levine. That's cut off by Leonard. Vervoorts makes tracks ahead of him. Goossens makes an angle inside. That's for Van Rooij. Trundling run, so effective coming from midfield. Well, he won't be troubled about that. Launching the ball deep into the stand behind goal. Wasting a lot of time. Well, Hearts players, for about the first time in the match, appear to accept that there's nothing he can do to reverse things now. The referee checking his watch carefully. Approaching time to be added on for stoppages at the end of the match. There's Philippe Leonard with the throw, playing it up the line. And the decision goes Hearts' way this time. Free kick to be taken by Van de Ven. Well, Hearts will certainly love the consolation goal before the end. That's all they're playing for now, I reckon. Here's Batanio. Tried the back heeler, which McKinley thwarted. This is Ferguson, Derek Ferguson to Ian Ferguson. Hefty challenge by Cruz, not penalised by the referee, and Goossens did well to keep that in play. Cruz goes charging forward. Good play by the Brazilian. He's got support inside from Wilmots and from Batanio. And a life again for Hearts right at the end of the match. The ball coming off the post and spinning behind for the goal kick. Well, Andre Cruz doing so well here, and Henry Smith was certainly beaten by that effort. Well, the sting undoubtedly taken out of Hearts by that goal from Wilmots just after the hour mark. Until that point, Hearts had done extremely well, but the final whistle goes. Ari Hahn makes for the dressing room. The Standard fans celebrate. But Hearts deserve tremendous credit for their performance, particularly the first half, when they gave such a good account of themselves. They were right in the battle until that goal in 62 minutes from Mark Wilmots. And had this been the first leg, you would have had to say Hearts had done extremely well and set themselves up for a second leg performance at Tynecastle, but it was all the wrong way round. The battle to recover from the first leg defeat was too great. And the celebrations from the Standard players go on as Hearts leave the field wearily after working so hard. It's Standard Liège 1, Hearts 0.
So Hearts' European camp